Okay, so let's get started. Good evening everyone. Hari ni we're going to discuss about 17 tips untuk boost up testosterone naturally. Dan testosterone tu sangat penting. Mengapa sangat penting? Kenapa dia sangat penting untuk build up confidence kepada kaum lelaki dan sebagainya. Okay, so let's get started.
And the strength of your muscles, your bones, and even your mind are dependent on keeping your testosterone levels elevated over time. And even though testosterone levels naturally decrease with age, there are 17 simple science-based tips that you could start doing today, regardless of how old you are, to start improving your testosterone levels naturally. Now, the very first thing that will make a huge difference is getting and staying lean. Maintaining a lean body fat percentage is beneficial because research shows that the more fat you carry, the lower your testosterone levels.
Okay, so the first thing to share with you is the more weight you carry, lagi banyak berat badan you, lagi rendah testosterone level you. So kalau perut you memang dah boroi and everything, automatically badan you akan mula terpaksa kerahkan ada hormon lain seperti insulin dan sebagainya untuk dikerahkan. So dia akan singkirkan testosterone because badan you dah makin lama makin tak fit. So hormon testosterone tu akan mula berkurang. So kalau nampak perut dah besar, berat badan dah naik, bahagian peha semua dah besar, it's a sign that naturally testosterone you dah rendah already.
Tend to be. This is due to a number of different reasons, including the fact that excess body fat triggers the aromatization process, which converts testosterone into the female hormone estrogen. Of course,
Okay, so ni salah satu information very very important. So bila lelaki lebih berbadan besar, automatically fat cells ataupun sel-sel lemak dalam badan akan menyebabkan satu benda yang dinamakan aromatization. That means the fat akan tukar and bantu testosterone tukar jadi hormon perempuan dalam badan. And this same issue happens in all other animals yang memang dibesarkan untuk jadi gemuk. Macam ayam dan sebagainya.
you don't want to be too lean, like under 8% body fat, because that's also not optimal for your testosterone levels. The ideal range for testosterone optimization seems to be around a body fat range for men between 8 to 14%.
Okay, so apa yang dimaksudkan dalam the video is what is the good ratio for body weight. So kiranya kalau peratus lemak dalam badan antara 8 hingga 14% is very good. So you dah boleh nampak definition. Tapi kalau ke position macam bodybuilding sebelum competition, mungkin fat level bawah 5%, 3% dan sebagainya, itu dah jadi dangerous. Tapi kebanyakan orang isu dia testosterone level lebih daripada 25%, 30% body fat and everything. So the body fat is too high, testosterone akan drop. So kalau body fat you just nice, you dapat physical shape body, ada tone, testosterone ni pun akan mula naik.
Another powerful proven way to boost testosterone that most people don't know about is simply making a few postural adjustments. In a study from Harvard, researchers looked at the ways that making postural changes impacted the participants' levels of stress hormones and testosterone. Specifically, they wanted to learn the effects of having the participants do a series of high-power poses. These included things like standing tall, taking up more space, putting their hands on their hips, and other similar power-type poses. They also had them take on low-power poses. These included postural adjustments like taking up less space and insecure closed-off positions. And the results were pretty amazing. In just 2 minutes, the power poses increased testosterone levels by 20%.
This one sangat-sangat menarik. This is technically macam apa kita namakan as a male confidence. So when you punya position, bila you berani, bila you duduk tegak daripada you duduk cerok macam tu, automatically increase the testosterone level. Automatically your body physically akan nampak lebih confident. So when that thing happen, terus dengan spontan testosterone level akan naik. So testosterone level very berkait dengan confidence level. So kalau lelaki yang duduk selalu duduk macam ni, duduk dalam selalu type dalam keyboard, you will realise that testosterone level mereka automatically mereka sendiri contribute pada low testosterone level dalam badan.
Meanwhile, the low power poses reduce testosterone levels. On top of that, the power poses were able to reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, by 25%, while the low power poses increase cortisol levels.
So apa yang menarik juga dari segi the power positions, automatically bila hormon cortisol, hormon stress, hormon cortisol dia boleh naik. Sekiranya you duduk cerut, you jadi worried, you akan jadi folded in. Tapi kalau you confidence, badan you tegap, spine you lurus, immediately cortisol level you pun drop. So when ada lesser cortisol level, automatically the other hormones seperti testosterone everything boleh dibuat.
Power poses increase cortisol levels. So doing your best to maintain good posture and working on your posture over time can actually benefit things like your confidence and even your testosterone. Next, make sure you're lifting weights. It's actually one of the best things you could do for your testosterone levels as far as activity. For example, researchers recruited male university students that had no previous experience with lifting weights, and they had them follow a weight training program 3 times per week. Thanks to this, the students boosted their testosterone levels by 40% in 4 weeks, and they also lowered their resting cortisol levels by 24%. We have other research that supports this by showing that resistance training upregulates testosterone receptors. This means your body can use testosterone more effectively when you consistently incorporate resistance training.
So, nombor 3 ialah weight training. So, weight training biasanya kita akan recommend kepada patient yang who need below testosterone level, you need to push, you need to buat macam lower body workout, strength training, senaman kaki and everything. Okay, that one sangat-sangat penting. And bila you buat resistance training, automatically your testosterone level will start to go up. And you feel much better. Okay, let's continue. Tip number 4.
A proven tip is to simply get enough sleep. Sleep has a significant impact on your testosterone levels. For example, one study found that after a week of participants sleeping 5 hours a night instead of 8 hours a night, their testosterone levels dropped by around 15%. Another study that recruited over 500 men also found a link between sleep duration and testosterone levels. The scientists found that each extra hour of sleep raised testosterone by roughly 15%.
So, you nampak, kalau you sleep late, tidur lambat macam pukul 2-3 pagi and everything, of course testosterone level akan drop. So sepolehnya dapatlah antara 6.5 hingga 7.5 jam sehari untuk rest yang bagus. Automatically stress hormone you drop, testosterone go up. So faham tu, bila stress hormone rendah, testosterone akan mula naik. Sangat-sangat important itu.
So try your best to get enough sleep, which for most people is going to be somewhere between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per day. You'll also want to decrease stress as much as possible. Short-term stress, like having a deadline or even being excited when trying something new, like skiing, for example, that kind of acute stress may actually even be beneficial for your health. However, chronic stress, like ongoing financial problems, being trapped in a job that you don't like, or an unhappy marriage, can really mess with your testosterone levels. This is because chronically high levels of the stress hormone cortisol impair testosterone production inside your body. You see, cortisol requires pregnenolone for its creation, which is the same building block required for testosterone's creation. That's why cortisol can rob the raw materials your body needs to make testosterone.
Okay, so this is satu tip yang very very important for men out there. Do share this content. Cortisol and testosterone, kalau the main hormone dia lah pregnenolone. Mungkin ramai tak pernah dengar perkataan pregnenolone ni. Dia macam ibu kepada hormon-hormon dalam badan. So bila banyak stress, financial lah, relationship lah dan sebagainya, automatically dia akan tapau, dia akan curi hormon-hormon base structuring dan tak akan buat hormon testosterone dalam badan ataupun buat hormon testosterone yang lebih rendah, because your body need more testosterone, need more cortisol than testosterone dalam badan.
So try to control your stress levels with some proven techniques like exposing yourself more to nature, meditating, and developing a more flexible mindset. Now, Everyone knows that increasing testosterone is one of the best things you can do for your sex life. But did you know that it also works the other way around? For example, we have a study that shows that testosterone levels rise on the days that couples have sex and they decline on the days that they don't. And another study found that it could increase testosterone by as much as 72%. So that's something to keep in mind. The bottom line is that the more sexually active you are, the more you create a positive feedback loop leading to improved testosterone levels.
Okay, so apa yang diceritakan kat sini, dalam sexual intimacy memang akan ada peningkatan testosteron because akan ada pembentukan semen ataupun sperma dan juga pancuatan. So when that happens, cycle tu akan activate. So the more frequent the cycle activate, of course the demand and supply akan bantu untuk tingkatkan produksi testosteron dalam badan.
Next, you'll want to reduce your exposure to man-made chemicals like BPA, parabens, phthalates, and benzophenones. The truth is that today the environment is loaded with anti-androgens, which are compounds that lower testosterone and prevent testosterone from binding to its receptor. For example, plastic water bottles and plastic meal containers are loaded with BPA, which is a compound used to harden plastic. Studies show that BPA lowers testosterone and can even cause erectile dysfunction. It's especially problematic to heat plastic because that causes much more of the anti-androgen compounds to leak into your meal or beverage. Other examples of products with high levels of anti-androgens are air fresheners, certain shampoos, soaps, shaving creams, moisturizers, and even deodorants. Fortunately, with a small amount of research, you can very easily replace these with natural alternative products. Now, as far
So very important to understand that chemical products yang kita gunakan dalam mandian, bersih muka and everything, banyak preservative yang actually anti-androgen. Maksudnya dia akan bantai hormon testosteron drop dalam badan you. So cari natural approach, guna oils yang natural ataupun guna cream ataupun produk-produk plastik ataupun other ways of material, metal, tumbler ke dan sebagainya sebagai alternatif. Jangan simpan plastik botol dalam kereta dan juga minum, because all of this akan menyebabkan satu benda yang kita namakan as leaching. All the plastik punya material dia akan expose and oxidize and akan masuk ke dalam air you, and air itu kita telan and dia akan pergi attack your androgenic hormone receptors and also producers.
As far as your diet goes, you definitely want to optimize your dietary fat intake. Low-fat diets are bad for your testosterone levels. For example, one study moved participants from a diet containing 40% of their calories coming from fat to a diet containing 25% of the calories coming from fat. The results showed that testosterone increased when fats were above 40%, but they plummeted when they were below 20%.
So very very good info yang pasal the fat. Fat sangat penting dalam badan because fat is the perkara asas ataupun the root untuk buat testosterone hormone. Without good fat, you cannot get good levels of testosterone. So kalau you tak makan daging, tak makan good oils, tak makan semua fat, you control, tak ada fat nak buat base structure testosterone tu. So sebab tu kita always tegaskan pemakanan seperti daging merah yang bagus, telur, ikan, fish oil, lepas tu olive oil, coconut oil semua sangat-sangat penting dalam proses peningkatan testosteron dalam badan.
5%. So make sure you're eating enough dietary fat, but keep in mind that not all fats are created equal. The ones that have the most beneficial effects for your testosterone are saturated and monounsaturated fatty acids. Meanwhile, trans fat has a negative effect. Another thing that's proven to have a negative effect is excessive alcohol consumption. Research shows that light drinking doesn't necessarily have an adverse effect on testosterone, but heavy drinking can highly decrease your testosterone levels. So try to only drink in moderation and don't drink too much in one sitting. Also remember that it's better to go with liquor or wine instead of beer because the hops found in beer can impair testosterone on their own because they're estrogenic. Now,
okay, this one I suka because alcohol memang tak bagus. Sekiranya you ambil secara berlebihan, apa yang berlaku is your liver will be too busy untuk metabolize alcohol dan tak ada masa untuk metabolize and buat your hormones. And kalau orang yang suka ambil macam alcohol seperti beer and everything, dia estrogenic. Maksudnya dia akan buat hormon perempuan pun dalam badan you. So seboleh-bolehnya tolong jangan ambil lah, senang.
Preventative that can actually boost testosterone quite a bit is to take a hard look at the prescription drugs that you're taking. Of course, this should be done with the supervision of your doctor, and I'm not saying at all that you should stop taking your prescribed medications. However, there's no doubt that eating a healthier diet and consistently exercising can help you reduce your need for certain prescription medications that have negative effects on your testosterone levels. These include statins, beta blockers, heartburn medicine, antidepressants, and painkillers, just to list a few.
Okay, so ada beberapa ubat yang memang akan menyebabkan hormon testosterone drop. Contohnya ada ubat tekanan darah tinggi, statin. Ambil lah ubat kolesterol, suka je siapa-siapa doktor yang in charge. Before discuss, you just ambil nak ubat tu, and then menyebabkan hormon you pun drop. So ubat-ubat macam sakit perut, ada gastrik, anti-acid, ambil saja ubat-ubat ni untuk kurangkan acidity dalam perut, tapi tak faham apa yang mereka boleh block. Mereka bukan block sahaja dalam perut, tapi semua reseptor lain dalam badan pun akan kena block. Sama reseptor yang equivalent dengan dia. And even ubat-ubat tahan sakit pun, NSAIDs dan sebagainya, boleh menyebabkan pengacauan pada pembentukan testosteron dalam badan.
So if you suffer from low testosterone symptoms, you may want to talk with your doctor about whether they might be partially due to a prescription drug that you're taking. And remember, natural, healthy lifestyle changes can help reduce or fully replace some of these medications. Moving on, let's talk about vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Almost all vitamins and minerals impact testosterone in one way or another. That's why micronutrient deficiencies can be so detrimental to your hormonal health. For example, looking over at vitamin D, we have a study involving over 2,000 men that found that the men with a sufficient vitamin D level had much higher testosterone than the ones that were deficient in vitamin D.
So, vitamin D super important. Sekiranya tak cukup cahaya matahari and also pemakanan yang tak kaya dengan vitamin D, memang testosterone level akan drop lah. You duduk dekat rumah, main game, tak keluar-keluar, main PC saja, testosterone level will drop. Vitamin D, sun exposure pun tak cukup, maka dia akan kacau hormon ni dalam badan. Lepas tu jangan complain.
D. The scientists also found a close link between changes in plasma vitamin D concentrations and testosterone. During the months that the men had higher vitamin D levels, which happened to be the summer months when they got more sunshine, their testosterone levels were also higher. But during the winter months, when they got less sunshine, their testosterone levels dropped down. Keep in mind, vitamin D isn't the only macronutrient that's essential for hormonal health. Other crucial ones are zinc, selenium, boron, and magnesium, all of which are proven to boost testosterone. So try to meet all your micronutrient needs by consuming a nutritious diet and possibly supplementing with any specific micronutrients like zinc if you sweat a lot or you don't think you're getting enough through your diet. Speaking of supplements,
So, vitamins yang memang crucial adalah biasanya zinc, boron, magnesium. Another one more is coenzyme Q10. Tapi kebanyakan of all of this, you dah boleh dapat dalam daging and everything, you already get this already. Tapi kalau perlukan top up supplement, sekiranya orang ada isu-isu kesihatan yang teruk, then of course kita boleh bagi. And then the next one kita lihat pada herbs.
one thing you might have heard of before is ashwagandha. This is a herb that's used in an ancient Indian medicine practice, and there's evidence that it can have a positive effect. For example, in an 8-week study, men with infertility problems found that 675 grams of ashwagandha root extract increased serum testosterone levels by 17% compared to a placebo. And another study found that just 5 grams of ashwagandha a day for 90 days increased testosterone by 16 to 40% in infertile men and by an average of 15% in fertile men. To reap the benefits, it's recommended that you take 300 to 500 milligrams of a root extract with a meal, ideally for breakfast. Another proven supplement.
Okay, so satu ialah ashwagandha. Ashwagandha memang ternyata memang berfungsi. Saya pun biasanya bagi patient ashwagandha. And ashwagandha ni dia ada dua faktor. Satu, dia boleh bantu untuk tingkatkan DHEA, testosteron. Another one more thing is dia juga boleh bantu untuk kurangkan hormon kortisol. So you rasa lebih lega, you rasa tak over stress dan sebagainya. Okay, so kami biasanya simpan dalam premix. So dalam suplemen ada 2-3 suplemen terus kat dalam. Sama seperti yang kita nak tengok ni, tongkat ali.
Supplement is Tongkat Ali, which is a herbal medicine that comes from a shrubby tree native to Southeast Asia. It has a long tradition of being used for boosting male potency, and research backs up that it can actually help. For example, one group of moderately stressed participants increased their testosterone levels by 37% and lowered their cortisol by 16% as a result of consuming 200 milligrams of this supplement for 4 weeks.
So, you nampak 200 mg tongkat ali tu biasanya apa yang kita namakan sebagai Andro Plus lah dekat klinik. We have this medication 200 mg tongkat ali. Dia boleh tingkatkan hormon testosteron tu almost 37%. 37% tu actually sangat-sangat bagus dan turunkan stress hormon kortisol dalam badan. So actually tongkat ali ni banyak benefit dia. Dia bukan hanya untuk tingkatkan hormon lelaki, it also bring the cortisol level down, because of course bila testosterone level you tinggi, you lagi confident. Bila you lagi confident, stress you akan turun. You tak takut.
For this one to be effective, it's recommended that you have 200 to 300 milligrams of 100 to 1 extract concentration, which equals 20 to 30 grams of this herb in its dry root form.
So, apa yang dimaksudkan as extract concentration ni sangat-sangat menarik, because ramai orang just main beli akar dan sebagainya, tapi extract concentration ni hanya ada beberapa company kat dunia je yang boleh buat benda ni. And Malaysia sangat bertuah sebab we have the company dekat Malaysia. These companies memang boleh buat extract, patented extract tongkat ali. So bila dapat 200 mg tu, we dapat 200 mg pure. Kalau nak bandingkan, kalau nak ambilkan dengan pokok yang seperti kata dalam video, you need 20-30 grams. Okay, so beza dia sangat berbeza.
Varicocele is another supplement that has a long history as a folk remedy for asthma. Although it won't fix asthma, it may increase testosterone. A 12-week double-blind study involving overweight and obese men found that taking a Varicocele extract twice per day raised testosterone levels by over 33%. Now, there are natural foods that you can also use to help with testosterone. Ginger root is a perfect example of this. While ginger is usually appreciated for its anti-inflammatory properties, not many people know that it can also be used to boost your testosterone level.
So, halia ni also one of the benefit. Why halia is good, I terus terangkat bagi tahu you. Halia ni kaya dengan zinc. And zinc salah satu ingredient sangat penting untuk boost up testosterone dan juga boost up sperm production dalam badan.
We have a number of studies on rodents that prove this, and a human study that found that consuming ginger daily for 90 days was able to increase testosterone by over 17% in infertile men. Unfortunately, the study doesn't really say how much ginger the participants consume daily, but for most people, 1 to 3 grams per day is the recommended amount. Another thing that you should definitely do if you feel that you're having testosterone issues, especially out of the blue, is to go get checked out. Sure, you can optimize your diet, your sleep schedule, your exercise routine, and take the right supplements. But if things aren't working right on a deeper level, then your testosterone can still be taking a beating. This is because the Leydig cells of your testicles produce about 95% of the testosterone.
So, apa yang dia beritahu is saringan kesihatan sangat-sangat penting. So, lepas sudah try semua benda ni and still tak ada jawapan, the next thing is of course datang jumpa doktor yang bertauliah, faham pasal benda ni, and mereka boleh bantu anda. So 95% of testosterone buat dekat buah zakah.
Testosterone in your body. So if you suffer from low testosterone symptoms, even though you're doing everything right, it's probably a good idea to get checked out by a doctor. One of the most common issues that men have in this department is known as varicocele. This is the medical term for partially blocked veins, which can lead to low sperm production, decreased sperm quality, infertility, and of course, low testosterone.
Okay, so varicose ni lah satu isu di mana macam buah zakah tu semakin bengkak and pengaliran darah tak bagus, maksudnya nutrisi tak bagus, oxygen supply pun tak bagus. So apa yang akan berlaku is semua hormon dalam badan, hormon testosteron tu akan lambat ataupun akan rendah produksi dia.
In fact, according to the University of Iowa, varicoceles are the most common cause for male factor subfertility, accounting for up to 40% of the cases. They also state that this condition can be found in nearly 15% of all men. In other words, it's pretty common, so don't be afraid to go get it checked out.
Okay, so bila discuss pasal varicocele, another one more thing to tell is, kebanyakan orang ada masalah darah tinggi, pengaliran darah tak betul, CRP mereka tinggi. This possibility untuk dapat varicocele pada usia yang lebih lanjut sudah pasti ada.
Finally, something that men can do as they get older is testosterone replacement therapy. Again, I'm not advocating for this at all, and you should definitely consult with your doctor about the pros and the cons. If none of the natural tips work well enough to bring your testosterone levels back up to the level that you want, you can always consider starting testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. This isn't something to take lightly, though, because it'll cause your natural testosterone production.
So, apa yang you nampak is TRT therapy. TRT therapy ialah suntikan testosteron. Suntikan testosteron tu biasanya sama ada kena buat sendiri ataupun doktor akan buat untuk you. Sekiranya semua testing yang kita dah buat tak jalan, then the next thing you got to do is kita akan bincang dengan patient sama ada kita nak bagi testosterone replacement therapy dalam bentuk suntikan. Sekarang ni ada dalam bentuk cream also. Okay, so hanya kepada mereka yang mungkin level testosteron mereka terlampau rendah ataupun almost zero and kena tahu punca dia berlaku. Ada tak kita boleh, tak boleh, walaupun kita dah boost secara natural, guna herbal, guna produk ni, produk tu tak jalan, then the only option is to boost the testosterone dengan suntikan ataupun dalam bentuk krim.
To slow down or to be shut down completely, and it can have adverse consequences, especially when TRT is used irresponsibly. So if this is something that you're considering, make sure you talk to a doctor or an endocrinologist. This can help you decide whether it's right or wrong for you, and if it's right for you, what the best way is to move forward. So those are 17 science-based tips that you can start implementing today to boost your testosterone levels.
Yep. So that was it. I just wanted to share with you guys. If you guys ada apa-apa question, you can text and send to us. So understanding testosterone ni few things yang kena faham. Biasanya lelaki datang ke klinik dengan harapan datang je terus mereka akan dapat magic pill and terus mereka akan rasa okay and then testosterone mereka akan naik. No, this is actually a process yang you kena go through, and you kena faham that there is a lot of homework yang you tak buat. Dah jadi gemuk, perut buncit, tak buat senaman, tak fit, lepas tu makanan tak jaga, tidur tak cukup. So all of this adalah penyebab dia. So even kepada perempuan yang tengah dengar, kalian yang bergelar isteri and everything, check out, tengok husband you buat apa. Jangan hanya complain performance dia teruk. Performance dia teruk sebab apa? Apa makanan kita masak kat rumah? Apa kita minta mereka pergi senam tak? Ataupun minta mereka balik rumah terus untuk jaga anak-anak and everything. So male punya physicality very very important. If you don't take care of your male, the male akan jadi weak. Bila jadi weak, jadi lemah, nanti you complain performance tak bagus. Of course performance akan drop because they are not fit anymore. Mereka bukan umur belasan tahun hari-hari main sukan, badminton, tidur cukup, tak payah worry pasal stress, tak payah worry pasal wang lah, rental lah dan sebagainya. So very very important message is balancing of hormon dalam badan, stress hormone dengan testosterone very important because it will actually give you the confidence. Okay, so seems to be there's no question daripada floor, tapi tak apa, sekiranya ada question, hantarkan, jangan letak ke komen tapi hantar ke dalam DM box. Okay, you guys take care, have a good day, bye bye.